How good are you at talking your way out of something?
Depends on what it is.
See, I always like to know if the boss is going to be calling us out on something. I try to get as much information as possible. I want to think it through. I want to be prepared because to me, the worst is when you're not expecting anything at all. And it could be something that you really legitimately did wrong. But then when they ask you about it and you're just like, and you're on the spot and you're like worried about your facial expressions and what you're going to say and how you're going to handle yourself.
Well, the worst is when you walk away from the situation and you're like, oh, I should have said A, B, C, and D, and I said none of that.
Do you remember being in school where you'd have that one teacher that always knew you didn't read and it would ask you to explain something? All right, Virginia, tell us about Chapter 8 and about the economic growth of the 1920s here in the States.
Well, in the 20s, there was a huge growth.
Yeah, and you have to BS your way.
So this is kind of my question here. Let's say that you are caught in a situation where you have your boss sits you down, or maybe it could be a spouse, could be a friend, but they're calling you out on something. Can you talk your way out of a tough situation?
This is a game of acting.
Yes, it is. So, Virginia, have a seat.
Okay.
I understand that you have been trying to get some of our students to call you mommy, and you've been telling their mom what kind of food they want to eat, and you've been critiquing the kind of clothes they bring their kids to school. And what do you have to say about that?
No, I mean, this is all actually twisted around right now. I would never, ever have a kid call me mommy. I was just going to play mommy with them. We were playing a game of house. They were the kid and I was the mommy. We play here a lot, and this was a game. This was not real.
So you're not asking this kid to call you mommy for real?
No, not for real. It's just a game. This is a beautiful daycare facility, by the way, may I point out. And here, I know you encourage us as the teachers to play with the kids. We just play house.
Are you buying it, Jbird?
Well, I'm the assistant principal, and
Yeah.
I think she's been drinking, and
Yes.
she seems
Should we fire her?
Yeah, she needs
Okay.
to. No, there's no
Mental evaluation?
It's not good. We'd
Yeah.
be better off as a school and a district to let her go.
Okay, Jbird, I have one for you.
All right, what's my scenario?
I need you to try to talk your way out of this. Apparently, the struggle has been real about trying to lose the weight. You got a treadmill and everything else, and you're trying to fit into the Dolphins uniform a little bit better, and so you've gone to Weight Watchers now.
Is this a game or just insults?
Just close to home.
Yeah, I mean, jeez.
So you're in this program, and we've been monitoring your weight, and you're supposed to be doing all these things by the book. And I understand that you just came in this week, and you've put on 4 pounds in 1 week. And we just want to know why you're not following the program and why you're not taking this seriously.
I've been severely depressed, and let me tell you why. I just lost my uncle, Gary. He's no longer with us.
Gary.
I have a very sick dog.
Yeah.
Barry.
And I got to tell you, just the world has just thrown its axe right in my face. And the only comfort I have.
Did you say axe or ass?
Axe. It's throwing its.
World's ass is big and doesn't smell great.
I'm struggling. I'm not going to lie. I'm struggling. It's led to some drinking that I'm not proud of. I'm not proud of any of this.
Okay.
And that's why I have gained so much weight. In fact, right now, I kind of want to eat you. That's how hungry I am. The struggle is real, and I'm so sorry.
And I'm also coming out of the closet.
Do you? I don't know. Did I come through?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's hard. Well, I don't know what you can say when you got Gary and Barry both banged up.
I mean-
Gary's dead. Barry's not doing much better.
I mean, Barry is on death's door.
Yeah.
Gary's gone.
I'm reeling with Uncle Gary.
I think maybe you cut him a week's worth of sympathy and just say you need to get back on track.
But out of the two, who did better? You don't have to say it. Your look says it all. It was the Birdman. Okay.
Okay, I have got a new scenario here for Virginia. Let's see if Virginia can talk her way out of this. Okay. You've been tearing it up a little bit too much, and Panda's like, look, I don't think you can stop drinking even for a week. And you're like going, are you serious? Of course I can stop drinking.
And everyone laughs.
So you have yourself a drink, you have a glass of wine, and just you got a little forgetful, and you left the wine glass in the sink with a little bit of wine in it, and Panda comes home and finds it.
Oh, this is easy.
Okay, you aren't supposed to be drinking here, but Virginia, so you said you couldn't quit drinking, and now I found a wine glass in the sink, and yeah, I smelled it. It's got remnants of wine in it. So you can't even stop drinking just for a day, huh?
Well, I mean, I'm going to take the Shaggy defense. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Our new neighbor that I like, she's also a mom down
Okay.
the street. She loves to have wine. So she came over and I poured her a glass of wine. I had water and she had wine. She didn't even finish it. And then she was gone. And she was only here like 30 minutes. So she only had one glass. But that's not mine. It was hers.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was pretty good, huh?
Until you sit by her, she reeks like a bar. She smells like a brewery.
I thought her excuse was great, though. I believed it. That was pretty good. All right, Jbird, this could be the tiebreaker, and we'll let people vote on who's better at talking their way out of a tough situation. Okay. You've just gotten pulled over. Flat top cop.
Ugh.
And I'm a little suspicious of what's going on here. There's been a report that there could have been an abduction that just happened, and your car matches the description given by this. I look in the back of your Saturn, and what do you know? I find a dead body in your trunk. Explain yourself.
Well, officer, I drive a truck, so the fact that I'm in a Saturn
you're
is
yeah.
alarming. It's alarming. I don't know how I got in here. Clearly, I've been drugged. And, you know, now that I think about it, I was drugged. There was this woman.
And you're driving?
Well, she's always wearing a black dress, and she lives in DeQuesta. I went there to drop off some supplies. Next thing you know, there's a dead body in my car. I'm driving a Saturn. Yeah, I have been done in by a witch.
So you're telling me that a real live witch has drugged you, and now you're driving someone else's car that isn't yours, and what is your relation to this dead body?
So that question is a great
That's
question.
my Uncle Gary.
Is she answering for me? See what the witch does.
He just
I
died.
think the flat top got the bird.
No.
He's falling
I
apart
wasn't-
here.
I wasn't
He's falling
done.
apart. I don't think I'm buying any of this, Virginia.
She starts to
Oh,
talk.
you're in the back of the car. You're no way. You're
Look,
up the river.
Honestly, this is a person she works with as well. It's a salesperson. She doesn't like the salespeople.
That's a possibility.
Oh, now Virginia's going to incriminate herself. That's the only way you're getting out of this.
I got her. I got her to turn on herself.
People were saying that you were given an unfair situation. Who could talk their way out of the cops finding a dead body in the trunk of their car?
Oh, once again, Ricky Ralston stacks the deck for the witch. Denny's, it was Kevin and Virginia before KVJ.
Denny's, let's say, for instance, I'm a flat top cop and I pull you over.
All right, so it's like
And-
every time I'm driving.
Yeah. And there's a dead body in your trunk. Can you tell me what the dead body's doing in your trunk?
I'll be like, well, it was alive when it was in there.
When I,
I don't know what happened to him.
when I kidnapped him, he was alive.
He was still
Why is
alive.
he bleeding from his neck? What's his knife in
He's
his
doing
back?
great just 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he was alive. It was a prank. He must have died. I feel bad.
Aw.
He wanted to ride back there.
I thought
I'd say this was. I'd be like, this isn't even my car.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be doing the whole, he pulls you over, why are you speeding? So I was getting ready to go do the whole poopy cramp scenario.
Oh, yeah.
You threw the dead body in there. It really did
Well, I
throw
gave
me
you the
off.
speeding one last week. I'm not going to give you the same one twice.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you pooped yourself last week. Remember?
That's always the excuse. If
I pooped myself.
you get pulled over by a flat top cop, just say you crapped your pants. 50% chance that you will
How
still
often
get a
does
ticket.
that work everywhere in life?
I wonder how often people use that.
Yeah.
If you are a police officer, I've heard you're about half the time they'll let you off. If you can absolutely prove.
Especially if you get a cop that has also pooped himself at some point in his life. I think until you've pooped yourself, you don't understand how rough it can be.
Yeah.
There's one scenario where you'll never get you're going to get a ticket. If you get pulled over by a motorcycle cop that has a flat
Yeah.
top, you are done. He may
Yeah.
even take you to jail.
Okay. All right. So just use the excuse that you pooped yourself. If you wind up in a tough situation, like the boss sits you down, you lost the company $50,000.
Poop yourself.
I've done that before, and I think I might have.
Excuse me, I've just pooped myself.